What's up everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking, and today we're gonna throw the jalapeno cornbread stuffed chicken that we got from HEB about 2 weeks ago. Don't mind the mess, I'm still working on the barbecue shack, so let's get into it. That is right folks, if you saw a couple of videos back, I ended up purchasing a whole chicken from Prasek's out in the Sealy area, I believe it was. That one was stuffed with boudin. This one here we came across at HEB. I've seen it there a couple of times, never really thought to try them out until that one from Prasek's was pretty darn good. So this one is from a company called Boucherie, I guess. They're based here in Houston off of Kirkendall Road, or actually Spring, Texas, off of Kirkendall Road. And this one is stuffed with jalapeno cornbread. It doesn't really give any instructions other than to bake it for, or actually it does, at 375 for about 1.5 hours. So I'm gonna get the Traeger fired up to 375, wait for it to come to temperature. And then this one, just like the one from Prasek, is already pre-seasoned. So it's just going to be a matter of taking this whole bag outside, cutting it open, putting it on the smoker, and letting it go until it's done. So I ended up putting the smoker set at 350 instead of 375. I don't know, just backyard cooker and me not wanting to follow directions. So 350, we're going to temp it every hour, or we'll temp it after the first hour, and then after that every 30 minutes, depending on where the temperature is where I'll decide what to do with it at that point. I'm going to set it in the Traeger, try to be as gentle with it as possible. And once I set it in there, I'm not moving it anymore, so I'm going to dump those juices on top. Get you a quick view of what a chicken looks like on the smoker, just because. Like that, I'm not going to move it from here anymore. And then, like I said, we'll stab it after about the hour mark. And then after that, it just depends on what it's temping, and I'll decide at what interval to continue temping it at. But here we are, 350. Jalapeno cornbread stuffed chicken. That's what's for dinner tonight. All right, 1 hour down, let's give it a quick stab. All right, I'm gonna have to go inside and get the spatula that I use for the griddle so that I can get this chicken turned around, because everything that's towards this side, which is the hotter side of my Traeger, is almost done, but this side needs a little bit more to go. So I'm gonna go get the spatula real quick so that I can turn that chicken. It's also crazy how the directions said 375 in the oven for 1.5 hours. We're at 1 hour and it's almost done, so it's going to be right around the 1 hour 15 mark, I think. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to give this about another 15 minutes. We'll come back out and stab it, and then I think it's going to be done at that point. We'll see how it goes. There we have it, folks. Cook time of about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Got the internal temp up to around 180, 175 in some places. The cutting suggestions on the wrapping of this chicken says to cut it in 4. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Cut it in 4s. And then give it the taste test. Probably need a bigger knife than that. There we have it. Get all this string cut off. The cornbread smells good. But there we have it. Jalapeno stuffed. Jalapeno cornbread stuffed chicken. Let's give it the old fork test. That's pretty good. I don't know that it has Prasek's beat, but it's pretty good. I'm also a huge fan of boudin. I'm also a huge fan of cornbread. So, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have this meal, and if you like what you saw here, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment. Anything helps. We'll see you next time. You know, sometimes in life, something can look good, smell good, and even sound like a damn good idea. But once you get into it, you just realize that it just wasn't for you. And that's kind of how I feel about this jalapeno cornbread stuffed chicken. Now don't get me wrong, the flavor was there. That chicken had some serious personality, and that jalapeno cornbread brought plenty of flavor to the party. But that cornbread was wetter than a lawn chair in a Texas rainstorm. And me, I like my cornbread firm. I want it to hold together when I put a fork in it, and not fall apart like New Year's resolutions on January 3rd. So while this was definitely a success, I don't think I'll be buying another one anytime soon. And when it comes to stuffed chickens, Prasek boudin stuffed chicken has this one beat by a country mile. But maybe there's a lesson in all of this. Sometimes, just because something looks like it should be a perfect fit, doesn't mean it belongs in your life. You can give it a shot, put in the time, and give it your best effort, and still decide, yeah, this isn't for me. And that's okay, because life isn't about loving everything you try. It's about being willing to try it, learning something from it, and knowing when it's time to move on to something better. And sometimes, folks, something better is just a little boudin stuffed chicken right around the corner. So until next time, keep the grills hot and the seasoning simple. And remember, not every stuffed chicken is worth stuffing into your future.